Who says Iowa doesn't get 5 stars? The Hawkeyes landing a 5-star kicker and the number 1 kicker in the country on this Thursday. We'll talk about Scott Starzyk, his commitment to the Hawks, in just a moment. But first, I want to thank our sponsors, as always. First of all, Under the Kitchen down in Mitchellville, Randy Engel. My guess is he'll eventually reach out to this young man because Scott Starzyk has all the makings for being a great player, great Hawkeye, of course, special teamers, so beloved in Hawkeyeville. But Randy, a number of great Hawkeye athletes that he's partnering with. He has got a number of signed prints available for your purchase. Check it out, Under the Kitchen on Facebook. You can also visit his website, underthekitchen.square.site. That's underthekitchen.square.site. Also, Iowa floor covering. I was just down there today, down in Bondurant. Tyler, Brian, Ryan, and the guys providing great service for folks across the state and certainly down in the metro. Check it all out at iowafloorcovering.com or give them a call at 515-379-7000. That's 515-379-7000. So the news on this Thursday, as I alluded to at the forefront, Scott Starzyk, a 5-star number 1 kicker in the country, Scott Starzyk, has committed to the Iowa Hawkeyes. I had mentioned about a month ago that he was taking an official visit to Iowa. He did indeed take that official visit, really enjoyed it from what I was told. But he also took an official visit to Syracuse. Texas A&M was after him. In fact, some of the Power 4 schools that offered Scott, and keep in mind, a lot of schools don't like offering special teamers, Iowa being one of those schools. How about this? Oklahoma, Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Memphis, Syracuse, Iowa, and others. Quite the list for a guy who is part of a class that sounds like maybe the 2025 kicking punting class is not as strong as some past classes, but he is number 1 according to the number 1 source, and that's Cole's kicking camp. From what I was told, academics are very important to Scott, and that was part of the decision. But he is likely going to take a year to learn behind the incumbent, and that is Drew Stevens, who, unless he has some amazing year this coming season, he's going to be back in 2025 and be Iowa's kicker. So Scott Starzyk, hey, he may end up being here 5 years. Iowa may not have to worry about a kicker for the next 6 years, 5-6 years, potentially. Wouldn't that be something? But huge get. And again, this is a 5-star kid and the number 1 player in the country. I did talk about Scott when he scheduled his official visit, or I should say when he took his official visit. And based on what I was told, was able to kind of provide everybody with some feedback about his style. Obviously, if you're number 1 kicker in the country, you've got a good leg, you've got good accuracy. But here's what I had to say about a month ago. By all accounts, very consistent. Again, he's got a good leg, will get better, will get stronger, but he's also a very good punter, a true combo guy, according to one source that I spoke with on Scott. And I have had conversations with Scott, talked to him after he committed to Iowa. Really nice kid, and obviously valued the family atmosphere and everything that Iowa offers. Not anything against Syracuse. They laid out the red carpet for him. And from what I was told, Texas A&M, in spite of the fact that we're talking about special teams, and a lot of schools aren't willing to invest a ton in special teams, sounds like that was a pull. I'm not saying that he would have picked A&M over Syracuse, Iowa. He didn't. But it's hard to turn down some of what schools like A&M can offer nowadays. I guess read between the lines of that. But very exciting for Scott Starzyk. We hope to get him on the show at some point. But just wanted to check in, provide that breaking news to everybody. If you're new to the show, be sure to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. Lots of content coming, including an exclusive interview with incoming Iowa wide receiver Jacob Gill, the Northwestern transfer who's roommates with Brendan Sullivan, Iowa's newest quarterback. Jacob sat down with me for about 20-25 minutes to talk about his decision to join Iowa. That is an interview you will not want to miss. That's a young man who I think has a very good shot at playing this season, 2024, and we are counting down the days till fall camp. And, of course, the season in August, on August 31st. So be sure to tune in for that show that will be released this week. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, folks, before you leave. Subscribe if you're a Hawkeye fan, because around-the-clock coverage right here from the Hawkeye of the Storm. We'll talk to you next time.